During the Green Era, okay. So Green Era was home to a lot of legendary rivalries. One that immediately comes to mind would definitely be uh, Pony, who was in a Blahnik, and Deshaun Evisu. Um, there, and he's not a Basquiat. I'm not sure what Pony is, but they literally were two of the hottest dramatics performance folks at the time. And one of my first major balls was the 2004 POCC ball, where that sort of that was paramount for me. That was my experience of ball and my introduction to ballroom. So it's really hard for me to talk about that time period without talking about that. But definitely Kumi and Deshaun. Some of the big ones were Leonie Shadira, to well, at the time when they started, they were Julia Femme Queens, but they blossomed into the Femme Queen performance divas that they both are right now. And you had a couple of Face was another one. You had, Mike Mizrahi, Jason Prodigy. Yeah, there was a lot of good competition at that time. So it's really hard to just pinpoint one, but you had some good battles there. During the 2005, 2010 time period in Barley, what we had going on was this infusion of sort of kind of grant money and community-based organizations stepping in because there were a few studies that were done, and there was an introduction of the Many Men, Many Voices intervention at that time, where you saw Michael Roberson, a whole lot of folks that were a part of Barroom that created this intervention, because at the time it was revealed that about 2 out of every 3 gay men that were having sex with men in Barroom were HIV positive. We were a community, and still are a community in crisis, but we were largely ignored by a lot of community-based organizations and nonprofit organizations for some of the negative connotations that came with being a part of Barroom. It definitely affected Barroom because where a lot of these organizations failed us, we sort of kind of picked up the parts. You had, when a funeral happened or something like that, or those calls came up, you had houses that would come together and try to figure out ways to, creative ways to cover those costs when we were often disappeared. Our female figures and folks from our trans communities were disappeared. We had to sort of kind of step up and give them a voice. We, hit the streets with visuals. We figured out ways to sort of kind of heal as a community.